Namo Namaha. In last episode of our Gurukulam series, we talked about holistic integrated approach for Gurukulam. In this episode, we will be looking at unique features that define Vagyajna Kulam's Gurukulam. Namo Namaha.
Namo Namaha. Namo Namaha.
So, to open today's discussion, where we'll talk about some unique features of Vagyajna Kulam's Gurukulam, my first opening question is that there is a receptivity about alternate education. However, the society at large, do we need some more orientation so that we will be more receptive towards Gurukulam system? What are your thoughts on that?
Yes. Actually, the meaning of orientation is what? Your own realization that whatever is going on is enough now. So, by that way, 95% of our parents of our society, they are well oriented.
Okay.
They know that my child is different and whatever is going on in education, it is different.
Okay.
It's not promoting my child to its own passion.
Okay.
So, parents are worried about their child, and in this established system itself, they are paying attention what might be done for him. So they are promoting him for other classes. Then you pass on this exam, board exam. For that we are supposed to appear, but you go for this class, you go for that class. That's why after school, students are busy in other different classes because they want those skills, and they don't want to kill their passion. So this is very honest by the side of parents, and they know it that my child is not fulfilling his aspirations in only this education.
Okay.
So they are out of that. Already they are. Only the thing is that we are supposed to build up the confidence that though you are totally out of this system, you can survive.
So the conventional system still exists.
Yes.
It is still a force to reckon.
Correct.
But as you said, many parents are oriented.
Yes.
They
are alert to develop their child. They are alert. Now, only the thing is that people think that this might be done by political decision.
Yes.
Or this will be done by some governing body, and then after we'll do. Practically, most of the times, the government governing body takes decision when the mob is changing.
Okay.
When mob needs or some society needs something, and that demand comes up, then governing bodies are changing.
Correct.
This is true actually. So, to what extent we should be dependent on that type of governing decision, where we will be bound to follow that. So, this is going on just now. So everyone wants to get out, but there is no way out. So we are there to give that confidence. We are not orienting them. We are not convincing them. They are convinced. Well, only the thing is that we are supposed to create the confidence that if though you are out, your child will, that survival mode. He will survive best, be independent on his own, and he will be fulfilling all the dreams he wants.
So their child is trapped in that awakening. That
child is not trapped, but parents are trapped.
Parents are trapped in that.
Parents are trapped because they think that it is not possible to achieve out of the system. And they need that confidence. That is to be given. So this is to be done in the society, that you keep the confidence, your child is safe though he is not in the system.
Okay.
So
fantastic.
Yes.
In line with the same direction, my next question is that, as you said, the parents have realized, but when they are going to enroll their child into Gurukulam system,
yes,
are there any requirements of parent of a homeschooled child or a Gurukul going child? Are there any requirements, or
yes,
do they need to prepare
Actually, what is that? Only the approach or perception is to be changed, because we ourselves for 2-3 generations we are grown up in this system in conventional education.
Correct.
So we think that sitting in the bench for many hours or
Yes.
writing lot many things at a time. Or these skills are given lot of importance.
Correct.
These skills have importance. I don't say that these skills are not important, but those skills are secondary skills.
Correct.
Before that, what is to be given, that itself is not paid attention.
Correct.
So parents are not in line to that what is true education. So what is true education? Information, gathering information and producing it, and being capable of producing information is not education.
Correct.
So that is to be accepted every time. You get many times challenges that you feel that my child is not learning, and actually he is opening up to the knowledge system. He is opening up to the knowledge bank of knowledge, and he himself links out.
Correct.
And knowledge is created.
Correct.
So information is not knowledge. That itself is to be remembered again and again. Is to be and it is to be repeated. So that might help all the parents, that they won't be insecure about their child.
So just reminding yourself that
Yes.
information does not equate to knowledge.
And identifying what is information, what is knowledge. Every time forcing child to collect information, it's of no use. That information might be collected when they are grown up or mature, when they are curious enough. Then immediately they can go for. For example, signal is taught in first standard, when to stop and when to. They are experiencing it in daily routine.
Right.
Why are you teaching that in the classrooms? This is our social rules, and we are supposed to follow them.
Right.
This is not the curriculum. This is not the syllabus which is to be given to the child. This is information which can be given by parents also. Why have you kept it in the syllabus? Well, just like that, the concept of home or our needs, basic needs.
Basic needs.
Basic
Yes.
needs are taught. You need some shelter, you need food, you need clothes. So that is the matter of your experience. They know it. So this is general knowledge actually. This is information which is given from the family itself. We need some home.
Yeah, but I remember those being discussed at so much length in my civics classes.
For a lot of time is given in kindergarten or first standard or second standard. The parents make the house and they take it. The project is there. These type of things are there.
Right.
Information is treated as a knowledge. And this approach is not there in Indian knowledge system.
Correct.
There they give you the tool to search for knowledge, and then then information will be acquired at the stage of maturity. When you are mature enough, at the time information is small information is enough for you. So for example, if you are cycling well, then signals are followed by kids, though you don't teach them in first standard. Once they start cycling around 4th standard, 5th standard,
Right.
they get to know these are the signals. Lot many rules are taught by this social behavior itself. So they get to know it. And then these are not basic needs by Indian approach. Food, shelter and clothes. These are not basic needs. Basic needs of human being are totally different. Those are connected to their cerebral cortex. It is not connected to their neocortex, which is on the level of animal instinct. So those needs are, human needs. The love survives. Your, capacity of thinking, your compassion, your empathy, your sympathy, experience, your experience, capacity of going through experiences, thinking, thought process. All these are basic needs where no one can survive without thinking. See, cat will not think, dog will not think. They'll think in very small circumference, but a human being will think a lot. So this thinking process is basic need of cerebral cortex, and these type of the promotions of this thinking paths. That is the part of training. From the childhood itself, you are promoted to think, check your thinking by Atma Parikshanam, that is self-observation, and that is to be taught. So self-observation on the level of behavior also, and self-observation at the level of thinking also. So on the both levels, how parallel self-observation is going on, that is true training.
Right.
So that is those type of experiences are given, those type of situations are created, and then child will start thinking parallelly when he is operating. So parallelly he can check himself, or he can check some path of thought.
Right.
So this is Nyaya Shastra, and we are supposed to, this is basic need of human being. Why do we face that in society? People are depressed and frustrated at any age. How students are frustrated?
Yeah.
Because basic needs are not fulfilled.
Well, basic needs from Bharatiya point of view.
This is from our Indian point of view, and this is the need of the world today.
As well. Right.
Yes, for universal, these are some universal truths, that if you are human being, what are your basic needs? Those are not like animals.
Well, yeah, but the Western view only talks about human needs in terms of animal instincts. Right.
Yes, that is some, some problem which is superimposed on us. And actually, what is that? In their countries, they are not limited to this. But whatever they have given to all colonies, that is limited to this. Now, what to do? So
True.
this is very painful, and we have taken that.
Yeah, in their own countries they don't do that.
They don't do. It's not possible. If you are a true human being, you will go for your human attitude, your human perception, aspiration. You'll go by that way, and they'll treat themselves, but they'll treat their ahankara, they'll treat their ego. So this is difference in Indian approach itself. That you are supposed to understand what is your ahankara and what is your swabhimana, or what is your ego and super ego. So what is your super ego and what is your ego? So that is differentiated every time in that's why vidya vinayena shobhate, it is said. That's why you are too humble towards knowledge banks. So this is not there in Western approach. They'll promote, or they'll pay attention to your self-esteem too much, to the extent where you don't allow other people to impress you, or what is impression, to influence you. They won't allow. So this might happen. I don't want to analyze Western education. I just want to see that what is our situation, what is our adoptions which are damaging our bank of knowledge or our life of our children.
So one main takeaway
Yes.
from this is that just for parents, if they can realize what is information, what is true knowledge,
Yes.
and if they make themselves aware of this one distinction, they can enable their child, and they can help actually the growth of.
For this, every 1.5 month we conduct parents orientation, where the tricks are given, where you are supposed to sort out what is the chunk of information and what is true knowledge. So you start differentiating, because for many years we are superimposing, on information we are thinking that this is knowledge. So this might happen every time with the parents,
Right.
that they are not realizing that what am I talking about is information, it's not knowledge.
Yes, because of the conditioning. Yes.
So for many processes are taught, and they are supposed to execute them. This is very enjoyable, and they enjoy this.
Excellent.
Yes.
So this is excellent segue into my next question. So my next question is, as the topic of the talk says, that what are the unique features of Vagyajna Kulam's Gurukulam? What defines Vagyajna Kulam's Gurukulam?
Yes. See, in these days,
Hmm.
alternative education
Hmm.
is what we expect from, that is experimental learning.
Right.
You allow them to experiment,
Hmm.
and it is called as mukta shikshana,
Mukta
free
shikshana.
learning.
Right.
So this is the solution which is adopted all over the world, that homeschooling has started.
Right.
But again, that is schooling, schooling word is there.
The word school is there, right?
Even for for reaching out, we are saying that it is homeschooling, just to define it. Good to use that word, doesn't matter. But we are supposed to understand that true education is not dependent on experimentation. It is dependent on experience. So if you want to acquire knowledge, you need to go deep into one experience. You don't need a series of experiences. In experimental learning, where the Western influence has come, there series of experiences are provided, where child forgets lot many things. Lot many things. Students are we do you remember we went there and this was there? They won't remember.
They won't remember.
And constantly activities are going on. See, superficially experiencing is totally different, and having the habit of going deep into one situation is totally different. So this habit is to be generated, inculcated. I won't call it habit, I will call it your capacity, your ability to experience the one thing to its bottom, to its fullest. So this ability is not not paid attention in experimental learning. Lot many experiments are conducted every time. Lot many experiences are given, and child thinks that this world around me is there to give me experiences.
So it's the me that is being nourished.
And they become so arrogant. They will back answer you.
Correct.
They will always expect from you. They know what is to be expected, and they always demand. They go in demanding mode. Means I request all the parents who are teaching in experimental learning to their child, they must have experienced that how they become demanding. They keep demanding. This is my right. They know the right, but they don't know what is vinayam, what is namrata, and what is my duty towards, and what is my experience to the world.
Right.
So I have come to this world. So this humbleness, being thankful to everything, and being thankful to having my life, daily life itself.
Right.
That gives happiness to them.
Right.
And experiencing lot many things superficially won't give happiness.
Right.
Happiness is there by which perception you see it, and when are you thankful towards.
Right.
And you're very very happy, and you think that this is you are you're influenced by the things around, and you enjoy everything.
Right.
Means if some girl is wearing very nice frock, and teacher says that you have very nice frock, then you don't start envying that girl immediately. Otherwise I should have that type of frock. Otherwise they'll immediately go to their parents, and I want that type of frock. Today she appreciated her I appreciated her, and now I don't get appreciation. So
I want the same type of clothing.
Immediately this process of envying, jealousy, all these vikaras, how does that come? Because ahankara is
getting boosted.
Getting boosted. And when will this not happen? When they'll also enjoy that frock which is worn by, means the girl has worn it, and they are enjoying it so happily. That innocent is there with each and every child. He is happy for others,
Right.
This is there. We parents, as a parents, we have experienced it in childhood. They are so happy. Then mothers will teach them, why are you laughing? Come now, don't laugh too much.
Yes.
So they enjoy. They have that innocence, and that innocence is not disturbed in Indian education, because that innocence itself takes them to the bank of the knowledge. And innocence will not make them impractical. This is the whim, This is the whim that if you stay innocent, then you will not be practical.
That is there.
That is there. And this is the problem that has occurred because of education, because of concepts which are adopted in education.
Right. So, sorry.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Would it be appropriate to say that in Vagyajna Kulam's Gurukulam,
Yes.
The teaching processes are such that this innocence that we just talked about is maintained?
Yes.
And
Innocence is not ignorance.
it is not. Absolutely not. Right.
So we are not keeping child ignorant, but we are enabling it to enjoy each and every situation he comes across.
Right.
And he's so happy about everything, and he will not think that why to do this, why to do that, why should I do this, and he will not bring that equality everywhere. Who has done if you have experienced in sometimes in villages, if you say keep the glass over there, immediately child will get up and keep it, and they are so comfortable. Yes, they are very humble, and they're very responsive. They are not reactive at all. And some children immediately they'll give reaction. Why should I do this? Who has done it? And why should I keep the glass? This is insulting for me. And how have you come to this conclusions? Because that type of training is there in
Even in alternate education.
Yes, this is there, and that's why students are becoming arrogant, and arrogance will close them. That's why they cannot enjoy the things.
Right.
I know attitude comes. So they know that I know this. What is special in that? Okay, what is special in that? In every time they are they to take that. I won't say that this is taught. No. But this is taken.
This is how it is received by the child.
Yes, and they maintain it. That what is true, new in that, and what is new in that. Okay, I know this. Next. Okay, I know this. Next. Okay, I know this. Next. This, this perception goes on. Okay, I know this. Next. So they are collecting information itself. They are not understanding, or they are not enjoying the depth, or not enjoying the process of learning which is going on.
Absolutely.
And this will be developed in Vagyajna Kulam, which is truly possible by approach of our Shastras, and where Nyaya Shastra is basic, Anvikshiki we call it, Anvikshiki, Varta, Dandaniti. So Trai is Vedas, and we teach an Anvikshiki. Anvikshiki, Anuikshanam. So you observe, you develop your capabilities to observe yourself and observe others parallelly. This is Anvikshiki. This is very, very old knowledge bank, knowledge school of knowledge, knowledge system in our ancient Indian Shastras. And Anvikshiki was taught, and then after they can operate, or they can treat the knowledge one kind of knowledge bank or school of thought once they know the Anvikshiki.
Very fascinating.
Yes. So Ikshanam.
Yes.
Yes. So Anvikshiki is very, very important, and according to that the activities are designed, and students are enjoying those activities, and it happens that they don't demand for different experiences. They stop demanding. They are so fulfilled, so happy, they don't compare themselves with others. So stopping this comparison, in life is practically a blessing. That you stop comparing with yourself with others. That is a practical means it's needful to acquire knowledge or develop yourself, to your no, towards your passion, towards your inspiration, towards your true essence.
Right.
Yes.
So that's a very, very fascinating point you just mentioned. You just gave us an overview of some of the features. Some of the other features, generic features that we talked about in earlier lectures was no 35 mark passing,
Yes.
no exams,
Yes, yes,
no period system. So it goes without saying that those are already part of Vagyajna Kulam's Gurukulam, and along with that, these other techniques are there.
Actually, what is that? Those are means writing for 3 hours, then 100 marks paper, then scoring about 35%. We need only 1.5 months to complete this, So doesn't matter if you go opt for any kind of board. You learn those skills. If you have that capability of speed of writing, then speed of presenting yourself, then within 1 month you can complete the text, 1.5 month, and you can appear for the exam. So that will be paid attention in Vagyajna Kulam. It doesn't, we don't go against, don't give the exams and you're not supposed to. This is not the case. You become capable, means if lot many things are done, if one bucket is full, then small glass will be full itself, which is sitting inside.
Yeah.
So that approach is there.
Right.
So bucket will be filled up. We won't talk about glasses for the whole year. No. It's like that.
Yeah, it absolutely makes sense. Why
Yes.
waste so many years of child's life just for appearing one exam at the end?
One
Yeah.
exam, and every year also this is happening. No, at the end of the year, if exam is there,
Right.
or at the end of 2 months, if exam is there,
Yes.
you need only 2 days to prepare for.
I
If you
agree
have
too.
capability, if you
Right.
develop your capacity to sit for 10 hours and complete reading and write down notes, if you can write notes independently, you can appear for exam.
If you can write notes independently, that is,
I know,
that is the
otherwise-
key.
Otherwise, you look towards your teacher to dictate and write down notes and mark them up. This is what, So whatever writing book review or understanding book in a zest, or if book is very big, what is to be read in that? How to develop perception towards any book. Having experience of completing the book, that was there. Means in British era also, my father used to say that we had a treasure hunt. What treasure hunt? Treasure Island. In their 6th, 7th standard, they were having that whole novel for reading.
Reading it, right.
And they were not having text. So it was at the time when the textbooks were they were in the process.
Transition.
Yes.
Yeah.
And at the time the reference books were used to be the textbooks. So he said that I had that experience. That's why their English was very well developed. That because they preferred one book, and they had that experience to review the book and understand the gist and enjoy the language. So it was there. So this type of approach was there towards English also at the time. So only for English we can observe it. Everywhere it was denied that you were not allowed to go for reference books.
Experience the same thing, right?
Yes, so reference books were not provided. So writing our notes on my own without tuition, without looking towards other space. So this capability might be there from 2nd standard itself. Yes. So this is possible.
And that is what is going to be paid attention to.
Yes,
in our...
it is possible in 2nd standard also, because students write whatever small for him, whatever is capable for him, that much is given, and he will write down book review in his own language, and he'll express himself. So that might be about our history, about our atmosphere, about our some information about our earth. So that is completed. That is completed.
So this is completely opposite of the series of experience that you talked about in experimental learning.
In experimental learning, what is that? Text is referred. According to text, the experiments are conducted. So text is not left out. And most of times it happens that in text chunks are given. In text, what is that? You don't understand totally what is Chaitra, Vaishak, Jyeshtha, Ashad, what are the nakshatras, and what is the movement of moon, what is movement of earth, what is movement of sun. So this as a whole it is not understood at all. So if you want to understand it as a whole,
right,
you're supposed to keep the text aside. Otherwise, textbook will give you chunks, our Prithvi is having the axis and it is tilted, and that's why the day and night are there.
Right.
Only the sun and Prithvi, that relation is understood by text. But what is the relation with Chandra?
That is
how moon will move on, and how that is influencing our life. In totality, it is not taught. What are nakshatras? They are from other galaxies. It is not realized at all. When I grew, I got to know this very late, that nakshatras are from other galaxies. No one told me in the school. And what are the nakshatras? 27 nakshatras are there. And that is the study of galaxy practically. And what is Shishumara Rupam, which is there in Bhagavatam? Why this Shishumara is like that? That is in our galaxy.
Right.
So that is not discussed at all. As a whole, nothing is taught.
Only chunks are referred. Chunks are given.
Correct.
Yeah.
So as a whole, means we child develops his own approach to see towards Prithvi, its creation, its operations. Prithivyaha bharana poshana upayaha arthashastram. They are saying upayoga bharana poshana upaya. They are saying how Prithvi is to be utilized for human life, and how it is bharanam, how it is nourished. Again, that shastram is arthashastra. So now if child learns this definition, every time he is, environmental oriented.
Absolutely. And when you're only talking, so English word equivalent of that is economics.
Yes. No, economics is totally about, consumption and production.
Yeah. Another non-translatable, yes.
So this itself is a difference between information and knowledge. So Prithivyaha Bharana Poshana, that's why self-sustaining units are operating all over the world. They are there in the universe. Child should get the time to observe them. How, if one mango tree, how it survives, it immediately creating its what we say fertilizer by his own leaves. It is creating. It's going on. And how it is going on, there the circular movement is there.
Right.
And everywhere these movements are going on, everywhere circles are there. We are supposed to realize them. And that much observation we need. No, one small, in rainy season, if small insect comes, that insect is also so independent in his own sustainability. That is to be realized. That only your information, you are collecting information about lot many insects, and you don't know about their survival, their life cycle. You don't know anything. You understand about one insect, about its life cycle. You will give respect to all the insects, how they are how they are operating, how they are self-sustaining, how they are helping this universe to go on.
This is fantastic definition that you just gave us about what is sustainable and what is the holistic integrated approach really means. This exemplifies that. Excellent.
So this is discussed in Bhagavatam, This is there in our ancient texts, and they have that approach towards. Only the thing is that we don't understand their language. We don't understand. Understanding Sanskrit is different, but their approach of explanation itself is not understood. So if we understand what are they trying to say, then we understand they are talking about the Srishti Chakram. They are talking about respecting Srishti. They are talking about respecting nature. They are talking about Ishvara. What is that Ishvara? That energy which is keeping everything in circle, everything in sustainable
mode
movement.
of operation.
Yes, yes. And these operations are going on. We don't have that capacity to observe. We won't respect that. We won't respect. We won't pay any. We won't develop our empathy towards cat also, towards dog also, towards cow also. No empathy at all. You will list out utility of the animals. What is the utility of them?
How can I consume?
Yes. And what type of what is taught? What is the uses of narikelam? Means the coconut tree.
Coconut tree.
What are the uses of? Then that is taught. How coconut tree is surviving himself. Understand that circle first. If you understand that, you will be so humble to drink water
from coconut.
So that's
one of my favorite. Yes.
You will be very, very thankful towards that how he is maintaining himself. He is not demanding anything to anywhere, and you are getting blessings from him. So then how coconut tree is there? What kind of means this utility oriented education?
You
are giving information. What use of this? What is the use of this? What is the use? Then what is the use of cat? Then what is the use of? Then finally child will go towards what's the use of?
What's the use of?
What's the use of this? What's the use? Then they have means this commercial approach,
Yeah, I still remember those questions, 3-mark questions, 5-mark questions, list 5 uses of horrible questions. I still remember.
This is information. See, if you have respect towards that unit of this universe, you will use it to your for your need. It's not needed to list out and understand that what is the topmost usage.
Yes.
Everything is situational. You can't use everything. You are not there to use everything. No one is in universe. No one is using you. So you are not allowed to use everything. No way. For what are you using? You support. You are also like a flower. You have come here and you live your life to fullest and allow others to live fullest. Excellent. Then what might be the tools? Then they start understanding, geography in depth, physics in depth, chemistry in depth, and biologically they become so strong. They understand how my physical body is operating and how my Panchajnanendriya is controlling it, and what is the difference between mana and buddhi. Mana and buddhi.
Excellent. Yeah.
How my intellect is operating.
Excellent.
Yes,
excellent.
Yes.
Excellent list. I shouldn't call it a list. Sorry for that. But you just gave us an insight into the unique features of Vagyajna Kulam's Gurukula.
Yes.
I think we will learn about these features in more depth.
Yes. I'm interested in telling lot many things. But not in one chunk, okay? I accept it.
Yes.
So next time.
Next time we'll discuss about some more features and also these features in more depth. We'll acquire more depth to these discussions.
Thank you very much.
Namo Namaha.
Namo Namaha.
Namaste. If you're watching this episode and if you like the content, please hit the like button and also subscribe to our channel. Thank you very much.